Hello, welcome to Fandom Friday, a podcast series devoted to various fandoms brought to you by the Ocean County Library's Fan Nation Committee. This podcast series is a part of the Fan Nation, the Geek Extravaganza, which is our annual all-ages library convention. This year is our 10th anniversary. You can join us on Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all the fandom fun. In the meantime, my name is Kira, and joining me today is...
Hi, I'm Maya.
Hi, I'm Kat.
And for today's episode, we'll be discussing K-pop. Ocean County Library patrons are able to listen to K-pop music through our digital streaming service, Freegal Music Plus, and can borrow albums on Hoopla. So, how did you guys get into the world of K-pop?
So I got into K-pop in college back in 2010. Um, I had some friends that were on this dance team, and they were listening to songs, and one of them was the Mandarin version of Sorry Sorry by Super Junior. And I was taking Mandarin at the time, so I was at my desk in my dorm room one day, and I was listening to the song while I was doing my homework, and my roommate was not an RA, but like she would take incoming freshmen on tours around campus, and our room was like one of the freshman stops. And so this girl saw me listening to this song, and she goes, have you ever heard of Taeyang? And then she told me to listen to I Need a Girl. And from there, I found Big Bang and 21 and IU, who was doing a lot of covers of Corinne Bailey Rae songs. She's one of my favorite singers from England. And then I started watching her in Dream High, which is a K-drama, and that led to 2 p.m. in Miss A, because Taekyung from 2 p.m. and Suzy from Miss A were also in the drama. And then a ton of other groups. And I'll let someone else take it away from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got into K-pop in late 2020,
Mhm.
and so there's a story that leads to this, and I feel like it has to be told in order for it to make sense. But I ended up breaking my ankle at the end of 2020 in like a really bad way, and I
Mhm.
ended up needing surgery. So I was like bedbound for a while, for about 3 to 4 months. They were like, yeah, you can't walk for like 4 months. So I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Because not only was it COVID time and there was like already nothing to do, but then I was like stuck in my apartment for months and months. And one day I was coming home from one of my orthopedic appointments, and my mom was like, I'm going to stop for coffee on the way home. Like, I'll go in and get it for you. Wait in the car, obviously, because I couldn't move. So she went in, and the radio was on. And on the radio was Dynamite by BTS, because it had just come out about a couple months prior, and it had like blown up, obviously, in the States. So I'm hearing the song and I'm like bopping my head and I'm like, oh, like this is kind of fun, like funky music. I kind of like that. So then when I got home, I remember I was like, I kind of like was out of my mind. I wasn't thinking about it for a while. But then I was like setting up my laptop because I was like, what else do I do besides like watch movies on YouTube? Because I'm just stuck on my couch. So I'm like on YouTube and I'm like, I'm gonna listen to it again. And I type in BTS Dynamite and I'm like, maybe there's a music video. And of course, what comes up is the music video. So I watched a music video and I was like absolutely shocked at how, like, first of all, how pretty they are, but also like the production of the music video and like the sound of the music. And I was so intrigued to like learn more about them. And I saw Kim Tae-young for the first time, and that pretty much sealed the deal. I was like, who is this man? I need to know. So then I went into like, what do you do when you start spiraling about things? You just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. So I was watching like all of their music videos, pretty much like all of their interviews that I could possibly find. I was finding the really funny like compilation videos of like RM speaking during interviews and like translating for them during like their earlier like days. And that was really funny. And it just made me want to know like everything there is to know about BTS. So BTS is what started it. and other groups kind of like ensued from there. A couple months later, I got really into Stray Kids, and then I also got really into ATs. So it just like kicked off a whole new world. I was obsessed. I was immersed. I could not stop thinking and learning and listening to music. And I actually knew a lot of people who did like K-pop, but I just didn't know that they did. And then we started talking about it. And then, once you know one person that really likes it and talks about it, you just start building and building and like a group of people. So that's how I got into it.
All right. Well, I got into it a bit in a roundabout way. So in high school, I started reading manga, and manga led to anime and Japanese dramas, especially I like the manga Hana Yori Dango.
I've never seen that one or read it.
Hana Yori Dango is Boys Over Flowers. I don't know if you've heard
Oh,
that.
yes. Okay.
So they made a Japanese drama of this series, and the main actor was from the J-pop group Arashi, Jun Matsumoto, I believe. And then I was into J-pop for a while because of that. And then I found out there was a Korean remake of Boys Over Flowers with Lee Min-ho. And I watched that and I really enjoyed it. The soundtrack was great. I heard my first Shiny song, Stand By Me, and I was humming it everywhere, although I had no idea who they were. I was also like really into gender bender dramas at that point. So I ended up watching the K-drama You're Beautiful with Park Shin-hye, Jang Gun-suk, and it featured Jung Young-hwa from CN Blue and Lee Hong-ki from FT Island, which are K-pop
wow.
rock.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know you're into K-dramas. You should definitely try to find that one. It was my gateway into K-pop. But at the end of every episode, they would dance in costume to popular K-pop songs, and this was second generation at the time. This was 2009.
Yeah.
So one of them was Sorry Sorry by Super Junior, and then another one was G by Girls' Generation.
Yes.
And they dressed up in the outfits and were like dancing, all of them.
I feel like I remember this because everyone was doing covers to that song.
Yeah. And so that got me into Super Junior, FT Island, CN Blue, Girls' Generation, Shiny. And then I was in and out of K-pop. I lived in South Korea for 2 years. So during that time, 101 was formed, and I was really into 101.
Yeah, I love 101.
Yeah. And then Twice was popular. They were pretty new. That I think Stray Kids debuted during that time, but I didn't know who they were. BTS was big. That DNA came out while I was driving one time. I heard that on the radio. Akmu, I like them. Yeah. And then like once I wasn't in Korea listening to it all the time, I got into it more on TikTok. I got onto the K-pop algorithm, and like now it's in my face all the time. So I like K-pop a lot, but it hasn't been constant. All right. So who are your favorite singers or groups, and do you have a bias?
Hell yeah, I do. So BTS is my old group, I guess you could say, but since I got into K-pop in 2020, obviously I wasn't here for like the BTS heyday of like 2018, 2019. So I feel like I missed out on a lot of their like super active years. So I started getting really into Stray Kids and ATs, especially when they were enlisting, obviously. So from BTS, I would say my old bias is Taeyeon, V, if you will. From Stray Kids, my bias is Changbin, and from ATs, my bias is Mingi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine might be long. So, my favorite singer is hands down is IU. She we're the same age in that in Korea. Like, so she was born in 93 and I was born in 92. So this year in Korea she's 33, which is how old I am. Um, and so she has a lot of age-related songs, and they're always the age that I'm at, like 25, or Palette rather was when she was, or when I turned 25, or Lilac when I turned 30. And she just like loves to talk about aging gracefully, and I think that has something to do with like her relationship with her family. And then she's also an actual musician. So she like plays the guitar and the bass guitar and the drums and the piano. And she writes her own songs, like the lyrics most of the times. There are times where she has other people like produce some music for it, but she does a lot of her own songwriting. Um, and I just love her music. And it feels like when I first started getting into K-pop, I remember running into a classmate who said that it was like going away from traditional Korean music, in which it was like a lot of ballads or like love songs. And her music, even when she tries something new, there's always some kind of element of romance to it that I like. So she's my favorite. And then next would be Boa, who people could debate on who's the real like queen of K-pop, whether it's like Boa or Lee Hyori. Boa, for those that are interested in K-pop but don't know, she's the one that saved essentially SM Entertainment, like the company, from going bankrupt. So a lot of SM artists, have worked with Boa. And when I first started listening to her, it was actually through her Japanese music because she was promoting over in Japan. And I think the first song I heard from her was Every Heart from the Japanese anime Inuyasha. So I always thought she was Japanese until she came back to Korea in 2013 with her album Hurricane Venus. And then now I just listen to all of her Korean stuff because there's something about listening to someone in their native language that's really good. Other soloists, I love Lehigh. She's one of my favorites. I love her voice. BB, she's more like uh, R&B, sometimes hip hop. She's
I
very
love
alternative.
BB.
Yes, BB. Male soloists, I like Crush. I like Zion T. J Park, I like some of his music. I don't listen to him like heavily. Zico and Weinstein. Oh, and then Oh Hyuk from Hyukyo, which is more like an indie rock band. Actually, his voice reminds me of like Isaac from The Fray. And then favorite singers from groups, Baekhyun from EXO or EXO is my bias. GD from Big Bang is my bias. Wheein and Hwasa from Mamamoo are my biases. Probably Wheein's my bias, and then Hwasa is my bias wrecker. Sunmi from Wonder Girls, Lee Soo-hyun from Akmu or Akdong Musician, Somin from Card, which is a co-ed group, CL and Minzy from 21, Suga from BTS, also because I like his like alter ego rap music. Jinny and Rose from Blackpink, and then Soyeon, Miyeon, and Woogi from Idol. Or she spells her name Yuqi, but it's pronounced Woogi. And I really like her voice, so she's probably my bias. Yeah, I could stop now. Sorry, I have more stuff written down.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know if I have an alt group, but in Super Junior, my bias is Lee Took.
Oh,
Yeah. And then my bias wrecker, I guess, would be Shiwon.
mm,
Shiny. I liked Minho and Key.
yes,
They're great. They're so funny together.
yeah.
Um, my big groups right now are Stray Kids and 17.
Ooh.
So in 17, I don't think I have a bias. I love all of them, but I really like the funny ones. So like DK is really funny.
Oh, she's really
Oh
funny.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
funny. Oh, BSS, they're so funny.
Yeah.
Joshua's really funny. Like the ramen on his head. That
Mm,
was so weird. Um, and then Stray Kids, I love Sungmin. And
mm,
then Lino is my bias wrecker because he has cats.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I find out a K-pop idol has cats, I immediately like them.
Fair.
Like, yeah.
Oh, do you know CL's cat Donut? I
Yeah.
No.
just love it's so cute. It's you'll love. Just look up donut.
Also, 10 from Wavy has cats,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they're adorable. And he's
Bam Bam.
adorable.
Bam Bam from Got7 has cats.
Ooh.
And Kang Daniel.
Oh,
from
yes. Oh,
101.
he's good. Yeah.
But yeah, Lino, he's the only one I know that has like rescue cats, which is nice. They're so cute. All right.
All the animal friends.
So I guess this is like a redundant question, but do you listen to K-pop often?
Yep,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
day. It's probably a majority of what I listen to now. I mean, I've always liked many genres of music,
Mm,
but K-pop has been consistent since I found it in 2020. Like I've only gotten into more and more and more groups, and I've gotten like deeper and deeper into it. I never really used to be a big fan of like second gen until about a couple years ago when I really like delved into the lore of like all these groups and all these companies. And I always am discovering like new groups, even if they're not new, but they're new to me. And I get into phases where I'm like, I really want to get into a new girl group, or I really want to get into an older boy group or something. And I'm always like adding new songs to my playlists, and yeah, it's like a constant. It's like every day at this point, pretty much. It's like all I listen to. I would say there's always exceptions. Like sometimes I'm into more classical stuff or like rock music. I'm really into rock music too. I've discovered J-rock recently, and that's like a
Yes.
big thing for me right now. But K-pop is always just consistent. Like I always just go back to it.
I would say yes, but not as much as I used to. Like definitely when I started in 2010, between 2010 and 2024, I listened to it all the time and like heavy between 2010 and 2014 because I was like watching music videos all the time and the music videos are like phenomenal. So like if I see a really cool one, I would just consistently watch that over and over again. But recently I've been listening to more stuff in English, so I just go back and forth. I'm not as like invested unless it's like one of the artists that I've been listening to for like a couple of years now, then I'll listen to like their whole album. What about you, Kira?
Um, so back in the day, like when I first got into it, I bought like all the songs on iTunes and then I would be
Yeah.
playing them wherever I went. Nowadays, I have a long commute, so I only listen to audiobooks.
Fair.
My commute goes through the Pine Barrens, so like you don't even get a connection. So like if I wanted to listen to Spotify, there's no way. Um, but TikTok I listen to a lot. Sometimes I'll hop on YouTube, but when I'm driving, like not to work, sometimes I'll listen to Spotify. But a lot of time it's just news radio.
Yeah.
That's because I'm an old lady.
No.
I always got to know the traffic.
The
So our next question is, are there any subgenres in K-pop that you like? So like I really like K-pop rock. If you've never listened to FT Island, Lee Hong-ki has an excellent voice. He's an amazing singer. And then CN Blue, I really liked them. These days I don't listen to them as much because like they're not on my for you page on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm really into like I don't even know what this would be considered, like K R&B, K rap. I guess it's kind of a mix of both. I really love DPR Live. Um, and pretty much every DPR member's music. And they all kind of do different things. I'm a really big DPR Ian fan. So, and I only found out who he was because he used to be an idol. And I found out, that he was like kind of an ex idol and made his own music label after. And I was like, that's really cool. I want to listen to that. So he's really awesome. And I've been dabbling in K-rock. I need some more suggestions. So I think everything I've heard has been really good. I haven't heard a song that I was like, so I know that once I get into it, I'm probably going to be really into it. So
Cool. Have you seen him DPRE and he's in I think CL's music video 5 Star, that one. And
yeah.
then also IU's Chopper he was in.
Yeah, he actually directed that music video.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Yeah, he's amazing. He used to do a lot of people's music videos
yeah.
back in the day. And then he became an artist himself, and then now he makes all his own music videos. But yeah, I found out who he was actually in part due to CL because him and CL and DPR Live have a song together,
Yes,
No Blueberries, which is a really good song that I
yes.
highly recommend. And then I was like, I want to listen to all his albums. And then I got really into him, and then I got really into DPR Live. So there's just many branches of K-pop. I feel like it leads you to so many different things.
Does.
And also like K culture, K dramas
Mm-hmm.
too. Like I didn't watch dramas until I got into K-pop. And then I was like, oh, this idol is in this drama. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
And then I got really into dramas. So it leads to a lot of things.
I um I definitely like K R&B, hip hop, and then like rock, indie, I guess it would be like Hyuk Hyukyo is more like a rock band. If you haven't listened to them, I highly suggest it. Um Also like some artists are singing more in English, so I don't know if Jackson Wang counts, but like his music always reminds me of Arctic Monkeys. Um and then yeah, I guess those are the subgenres I really listen to is R&B, hip hop and rock.
OSTs, like soundtracks from K-dramas, are like really good
Yeah.
to listen to. My
Mhm.
favorite is Who Are You by Sam Kim.
Oh, Sam Kim, that's
Yeah,
right.
he's
His
really
voice is
good.
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, he's also American, so
Yeah,
he sings in English too, I guess.
yeah. And his voice is beautiful.
Mm, very good. So, what song could you listen to over and over again but not get tired of? Like a favorite song? These days, I think like the most recent song I've listened to, I could probably never get tired of is Cosmic by Red Velvet.
Ooh.
It's
Such a
like,
good song. That's one of
yeah,
my favorite Red Velvet songs.
Mhm.
a really good song. And then one I could never get tired of probably is Sorry Sorry by Super Junior or Super by 17. They're both really good.
Nice.
For me, it's like any BTS song. I could listen to any BTS song for the rest of my life and I will never get tired of it. I think that the one that would probably be the one I would want to listen to every day for the rest of my life would be Microcosmos.
Mm,
I just really love that song. It's so beautiful and it's like reminds me a lot of like seeing them in concert and like how much they love performing for their fans and like the connection between them and their fans.
mm.
And it makes me feel all warm inside. So probably that song. Um, and a bunch of Stray Kids songs. I mean, I could listen to Stray Kids every day. They have so many different genres within their music. And I love all of them. So
I have a lot. Almost anything by IU. Because it's just got like something for everyone. Like if you want a ballad through the night, Micey. If you want like a party song, Jam Jam or Blackout, um, or Coin. Coin is great. Anything where she uses her she has like a naturally deeper voice, but I think she often sings like is a soprano. But I like her deeper voice. Can't Love You Anymore with Oh Hyuk is amazing. Um, Come Back Home by 21 or Happy by 21. I Hate You and Can't Nobody by 21 are also some of my favorites. Tie Cherry by CL I listen to frequently. Maria by Hwasa I listen to frequently. Um, oh, Rebuy by Akmu is a fantastic song. I could listen to that all the time. As well as Love Me Right by EXO. Better by Boa or Woman by Boa. That music video opens so cool. I like dancers. So like I don't know if anyone's seen that music video, but she starts it flipped upside down and she's like walking upside down and it's fantastic. All of the like female empowerment songs like Aya by Mamamoo. I listen to a lot of those often. Eat by Zion T is such a good song. Um, Comes and Goes by Hyukyo and also Die Alone are great rock songs I listen to. I could just keep going on and on. I'm sorry.
All right. Have you ever been to any concerts? Who did you see, and what did you think of the K-pop concert experience? How did it compare to other concerts that weren't K-pop?
Okay, I think this is the time where I'm going to speak the most because I think since starting my K-pop journey, I've been to like 50 concerts at least.
Oh my God.
And the first set of concerts that I went to that were K-pop related were the BTS concerts in LA in 2021. And those concerts like changed my whole life. I've always been a concert goer. Like I always used to go to rock shows when I was younger. I would go to Warped Tour. I would go to whatever shows were around me, near me, wherever. So as soon as I got into K-pop, I was like, well, it's COVID. There are no concerts. That stinks. So once concerts started being announced, I was like, I'll be there. Don't care where they are. I will go. So I went to LA for the first time to see BTS, and I went to all 4 days because naturally I was already going to LA. So I was like, might as well go to all 4 days. And I just happened to get really lucky. One of my friends had like a pre-sale code and was managing to get us tickets for like every day. So it was a lot of luck involved. But the experience of going to a K-pop show is totally different than going to like a rock show like I usually go to. The sense of like community that was present was insane. I was getting freebies for the first time and I had no idea what freebies even were. Like people were coming up to me being like, "Do you want this photo card that I made of RM?" And I'm like, "Sure," like absolutely. And it was just like so much love and acceptance and safety. I felt really for the first time like I was part of something that I where I was totally accepted and I had never felt that in like an atmosphere like a concert or like a social gathering before where it was like everyone's here for the same reason. Nobody's judging anyone or like judging what they wear or judging how they act. And it felt just so safe and like I felt so happy. And every K-pop concert that I've been to since those shows have been just like that. Like I've never felt like I didn't belong. Like I always felt like everyone was so easy to talk to. And I've made so many friends at concerts, at K-pop concerts over the years. Because we're all there for the same reason. We're all there because we are like obsessed or really love these groups of people. And yeah, I've been to a lot. I've been to like at least at this point, I've seen Stray Kids at least like 15 times. I've seen BTS those 4 times. Can't wait to see them again when they go on tour next year, please. I hope so. I've seen ATEEZ a bunch of times, twice, a couple of times. A lot of other groups that I like. I don't want to go on and on, but I just keep going back to concerts, K-pop concerts, because they're so much fun and because you get to like meet all these people and everyone is so open to talking and like it just feels really nice. So I love K-pop concerts. I will go to K-pop concerts until I cannot go to concerts anymore, until I'm old and frail.
I've been to 3 so far. I went to KCON in 2014. My best friend was out in was living out in San Diego at the time, so it happened to be going on at the same time that I was going out to visit her. And the day that I went, IU and GD were performing. So I got to see them there. And then in 2015, I went to the Big Bang Made tour. So I got to see them with my one of my other best friends. And then last year I went to see IU for her concert in up in Newark. I think the difference between like going to a K-pop concert versus like a concert with like American artists or even other non-Korean artists would be like the light sticks are really good. And I think that's what makes it feel like you're part of something because there are like 4 specific fandoms and some of them change colors. Like I remember at the IU concert last year, I think it was for Strawberry Moon. All of the light sticks just started turning pink. And that's different because like when I went to see Rihanna, I went to see Rihanna in like 2018 and like everyone just had their cell phones with their flashlights out. And it's just like not as it's not the same feeling, you know, like I don't know, there's a different component to like seeing somebody just holding up their phone with the flashlight versus like a really pretty light stick that may or may not change colors. Um, and then another difference for something I would like to see moving forward, I guess, is I went to see Corinne Bailey Rae in 2017 in New York, and her concert was like more intimate. It was like at a small theater, um, and it was standing room, but regardless, it was just like a quiet experience. And I feel like some artists could do that, and I'd like to see that. Like I would love to go see either a soloist or a group like not do all the flashy stuff and just like make it more of an intimate concert. But yeah, all of the concerts that I've been to, I mean, the only the three have been have been awesome. So yeah. How about
I
you, Jen?
have not been to a K-pop concert. Yeah, I'm going to my first one this year. So
Yes.
I have my light stick
Yay.
and I'm going to be making like a shirt because I've been crafting a lot recently. So I have my Cricut ready to go. I crocheted a hat and I'm going to make it like a skazoo dog for Sungmin. And yeah, I'm excited. I got my clear backpack. So, but yeah, it's just from what I've seen of like videos, it's a totally different experience than like seeing The Who. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's totally different. And like I said before, like people who give out freebies like are so friendly. Like they'll just come right up to you and be like, take something, like pick something, who's your bias? And they'll like pick it for you if you want. And it's just like a sense of community that I feel like a lot of other fandoms lack, um, in terms of like Western artists. And I don't know, it's just a place where people feel like they can be themselves, which I really appreciate. And I feel like the K-pop groups themselves too, like they want to foster that environment too. Like I just went to the last Stray Kids show in LA this weekend, and the leader Chan was talking about like how, you know, we should all be comfortable to be ourselves and everyone should be accepted and loved. And like there's always that underlying message of like positivity and like self-love and like I don't know, I feel like that's kind of lacking from Western, like a Western perspective.
I think maybe like the freebie part has extended into like the Taylor Swift concerts, Eras tour. People were giving out the bracelets.
Definitely. I feel like the bracelets were around before K-pop became a big thing here, but when I went to my Taylor Swift show, it was very much so like the wristbands that lit up really reminded me of a light stick, and they would like correspond to like the songs that were playing or like the era that was happening. Um, and it really reminded me of like a K-pop show in that way, and like everything was lit up the same colors and it was beautiful. And like I can see how it's kind of like trickling into Western at like Western culture.
I'm excited about the freebies because I made a bunch of freebies. I've been shrinky dinking it a lot. Yeah. So it'll be fun. I'm excited. All right. Our next question is, what do you think is the ultimate K-pop earworm?
Sticker by NCT 127
Hmm.
is the catchiest song, and so many people don't like it. So, like, listen to it for yourself and you can be the judge of that. But I find myself humming the tune, like the opening notes to that song all the time. And it's a very controversial song. Like, some people hate that it's so catchy because they don't want to sing it. And other people, like me, love that it's catchy because I love singing it or like humming it, I should say. I can't sing it. But to me that's, and also you mentioned Super by 17 before, and honestly like that's another one to me that I'm like that's such a catchy song. And I guess now, and it you can't really consider it K-pop, but they're like K-pop adjacent is Cat's Eye. And like Gnarly just came out, and obviously that's a pretty big earworm for a lot of reasons that I won't get into. It's like big on TikTok, I know, but when I first heard it a couple weeks ago. Even though I wasn't a fan of it at first, I was like, why am I humming this song in my head? I just listened to it once and it was like in my head all day.
It was making me think of an aespa song, but I can't remember the title of it right now. I think currently a newer song that has just kind of, I can't stop thinking about it, is Ice on My Teeth by ATEEZ.
Yeah, I could talk about that all day. It is very catchy.
It is.
I think out of all their title tracks in the last few years, like that has been the catchiest song that
Yeah.
they've put out. Because
Yeah.
even people that don't listen to ATEEZ,
And I don't
right,
usually.
are like obsessed with that song and they always are humming it or singing it.
Yeah.
The string part is really catchy.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and they knew what they were doing. They did a
Yeah.
good job.
They did. So that's definitely an earworm. I'm the Best by 21. Gashina by Sunmi when it first came out. I could definitely I can hear it right now in my head. That by Psy. I know everybody thinks of Gun somebody help me.
Gangnam Style.
Thank you. But I think that one was like right after the pandemic. So that one. And maybe Fantastic Baby by Big Bang is a good earworm. Yeah.
Speaking of Big Bang, I think Bang Bang Bang.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how could I forget?
That made it onto Just Dance.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Bang
think
Bang Bang was great.
yeah, I like Big Bang a lot. I
Mhm.
was really into G-Dragon's like solo music, Crooked.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that was good.
He just came out with a new album, and one of the songs he has on it was with Anderson .Paak, who he just did Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
What's the new song by Oh, Too Bad. That one's fun.
Yeah, yeah. I kept seeing it. I keep seeing it on TikTok
Yeah.
because I don't know why they do like the video of like one person, the fan cam,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's always the Kwan twins.
Yes, they're
The
really good
dancers.
dancers. Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Um, I think one of the ultimate K-pop earworms is Ring Ding Dong by Shiny.
Mhm.
Once I start thinking about it, I'll never stop thinking about it for like months. But anytime a song is stuck in my head, I will be changing the lyrics to English and I'll be singing it to my cats. So
Oh.
recently it's Thunder by 17.
Ooh.
Pretty much every 17 song that comes out it ends up being a cat song. Stray Kids, yeah, some of those. I feel like God's Menu was stuck in my head for a really long time after I heard it.
It's the do-do-dos. It's like the do that part.
Yeah.
It's really catchy, yeah.
And then the one Chick Chick Boom. Oh my God, that was stuck in my
Yeah.
head a really long
That was my
time.
most played song on Spotify last year, even though it came out in July. I listened to it like 800 times because it was so catchy and I couldn't stop listening to it.
No, it's a really good song.
It is.
I'm actually taking my sister, who's not that into K-pop, to the concert with me, and I was like, "Here, listen to all these songs to get ready." And I'm like, "Do you like this one?" She's like, "Yeah, it's pretty catchy." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, you're not as enthusiastic about this as I expected you to be." Okay. Do you learn K-pop choreography?
I have. It's not something I do often, but I've like I know the hand motions for a lot of songs. I wouldn't be able to do like the steps because I'm not very coordinated and I can't do it that fast. Like they dance pretty fast. Sometimes they have to. So I know like the like you twice hand motions, and I know like some I don't really listen to Blackpink, but I know some of their like hand motions and Stray Kids as well. I know the God's Menu two part like with my hands. Can't do it with my feet though. But I think it's really cool that people they make TikTok challenges based off of K-pop songs. I think that that's awesome. And like it's just fun to learn. It's just like you could like do it with your friends and like make it into like, a game. It's fun. I wish that I was good at dancing because if I was good at dancing, I would like join like a dance class or something because there's dance classes that only do K-pop choreography, and I think that's so cool.
That does sound like a fun time. I would probably try it out. I used to be a tap dancer,
Oh, nice.
but I don't think you can really do that to K-pop.
I bet there's people that do.
Yeah,
I'm
we can
sure.
find it.
I do
I
not do the choreography though. Like
no.
sometimes I'll know the hand movements. I know the sorry, sorry hand movements because that's pretty easy. But yeah.
Yeah, you can't mess that up. And it's fun.
I did dance in college and in high school actually. And I listened to a lot of dancers in K-pop. But I never really intentionally tried to learn song. I think the only one I ever tried to learn was Falling in Love by 2NE1 back in like 2013 or 2014 when that came out because I had gotten my best friend and her little sister into K-pop then, and so they were like, "Let's learn it together," you know. So, but now they both live in different states, so we don't do that, you know. But other songs that I've kind of just learned from watching it a couple of times were probably like "Gotta Go" by Chungha, "Alien" by Lee Soo-hyun from Akmu, and Gashina by Sunmi. And there's probably other stuff, but like just from like observing and yeah, I'd usually just like freestyle dancing to the music.
I've
You
been
could
to
never
a
mess that up.
Yeah.
I've been to a few K-pop club nights before where they only
Mhm.
play K-pop music,
Mhm.
and it's really fun to watch other people like actually do the choreo because some people know the choreo from front to back
They
like
do.
so well. They'll open up like a space on the floor and like there'll be like three or four people basically doing the entire dance, which
Yes.
I just think is so cool. Could never be me, but it's really cool.
I like,
Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say I like when I see like street performance versions of that.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, the challenges on the street,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
just start playing a song and someone will just run out and start
Start dancing.
dancing.
Yeah, those are so much fun.
I'd be
Oh, and
too
at
embarrassed.
Oh no.
yeah, no, I would be too. And at K-pop shows, like beforehand, a lot of the time when you're waiting in line to be let into the venue, or if you're just waiting in line to like get a wristband, like if you're GA or something, people will go super early and they'll have like random dance play challenges where they'll do that. They'll like put a speaker out and they'll do like a random K-pop song playlist and then like they'll play the first 50 seconds of a song and then like all the people that know the choreo will like run in the middle and like do it. And it's so fun to watch because some people know choreo to like every song. And I'm like, how do you know? Like, and I mean, most of them are singles, they have music videos. So like it's easy to like learn, like they're popular songs, but I don't know how they store all of that information in their brains. Like they'll know songs by Red Velvet, by NCT, by BTS. Like they'll just know like all these choreos. And I'm just like, how?
It's
Like,
muscle memory. Like once
so
you,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
I feel like that's the case with the groups themselves. It's muscle
Yeah.
memory. There was this video I watched where like a bunch of hype groups were competing against each other and there was a dance challenge and Subin from TXT, is it Subin? Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Subin.
like knew every single song, boy group and girl group. Like they've had like 20, 30
Yeah.
songs.
Well,
He knew every single one.
when you're a trainee, like you pretty much that's how you train. Like you learn other people's dances. And yeah, there's some Lino from Stray Kids knows like every Twice choreography. Like he just knows all of it. He's done it so many times.
Yeah, I think like all
Yeah.
the main dancers in the groups probably just do it either for fun or they like have to learn everyone else's choreography. Speaking of like I like the idols TikTok challenge, I guess now, where they like do each other's like a little piece of each other's dance whenever they're promoting like a new song. That's fun to watch.
No, it's like always in the same location. It's like,
Yeah.
where is
It's
that?
like some stairwell as part of like
Yeah,
Music Bank or
It's
something
like
like that. Yeah.
SBS or Music Bank. They always do it like against or there's some that do it like against the red wall. Everybody knows the
Yes,
red
yes,
wall, yeah.
yes. And with the other one, I like the relay dances. I forget what channel that's on. One the K or something like that maybe, or when they all like line up and yeah.
I used to like when they left the bloopers in. They don't leave the bloopers in
Oh
anymore,
yeah.
but it was fun to watch them mess up because it was
Yeah.
just they thought it was funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, now they I guess everyone in the group like knows each other's parts, which is pretty insane
Yeah.
to think about.
What song do you think is good for introducing K-pop to someone who is not familiar?
Um, well, I know I'm just biased, but I would probably say a BTS song. It also just depends on how old the person is, because sometimes I feel like
Mm,
the younger generation want to hear younger groups, and they just have different music styles, like third gen, fourth gen, fifth gen. They all have different vibes. Um, but for me, I would recommend BTS or potentially Stray Kids, just because they have so many different types of songs. And then if that person didn't like that particular song, they could always try a different song that was like a different genre. Um, so I can't say like a what would I say though? Which BTS song? I feel like that's really hard. They just have so many good ones. Not an English song because I feel like that's you're starting too easy. Because like when I first started listening to BTS, I only knew Dynamite, and then I was like, oh wait, the rest of them are not in English.
Dope is
So
good. It's pretty old, but
Dope
I
is
feel
really
like
good.
that
Yeah,
one's good.
that's true. Or even something like Fake Love. Fake Love is so good. Or like even Boy with Love. Boy with Love like really became like iconic. So I feel like Boy with Love would be a good one. Um, and for a girl group, I don't really know because I feel like I'm not as well versed in like what everybody likes for girl groups. But maybe like a Le Sserafim song. I like Le Sserafim.
Now I have to think about a girl group one. Because like it depends. Like I know a lot of people don't really like autotune or like EDM, so I wouldn't recommend like any of 2NE1's like older music like from the 2010s for that reason. My recommendation would have been Love Me Right by EXO because it's just such a fun song. The vocals on that song are amazing. The music video, I can see it, picture it in my head. It's just like one of those tried and true K-pop music videos. Like it's just got everything, all the colors, fancy angles and stuff like that. But the vocals on it are really good. And it's not like I don't really I feel like I remember hearing like actual instruments in it. Lilac by IU is a good one if you're looking for a soloist, or Better by BoA. Also, the guitar and the bass guitar in Better by BoA is really good. But a girl group, hmm, what would I recommend? Maybe La Di Da by Everglow is a good one to start. They're kind of newer. No.
I love Everglow.
Oh, okay.
No, I love, and that's actually a good one because I feel like it's really upbeat, but also like
Yeah.
has an edgy undertone to it that it's
Yes.
not so like happy song. Because I feel
Yeah.
like when this is what my perception of K-pop was before I was really into it and knew what I was talking about, was that I was like, oh, every song sounds so happy.
Mm.
And sometimes you just want to hear like darker,
Yes.
moodier
Yeah.
music. And I just didn't know that it was such a diverse genre and there are so many groups that have darker, moodier music. And I
Yeah.
think Everglow is like a really good example of a girl group that's like edgier.
Yeah. Mamamoo too.
Yeah,
Egotistic would be a good one.
yeah,
That's a
that's a good song.
um anything by Idol. Idol has a lot of moodier, darker music too. Like oh my gosh. Well, oh my God is one. Lion. Lion by Idol, maybe. Yeah. What about a male soloist? We can circle back to me. Bambi by Baekhyun is good. Maybe. No, 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 not that one. Never mind.
I do love that song. That's a great song to recommend. I feel like if you're into like more bluesy sounding music,
Yes, yeah,
because he has a lot of like bluesy, jazzy undertones to his music, his solo music.
yeah,
There's just so many things to recommend because I feel like everybody likes different things, and no
yeah.
matter what, like someone is gonna find something that they like
Hmm.
in K-pop. It's like just there's so many groups and so many soloists within those groups that make music, and they all make it different ways, and
Yeah. What
Yeah.
about you, Kira?
Well, you brought up EXO. I wasn't
Yes.
gonna say EXO, but I really love Monster.
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a
I
great
feel
song.
like that's a good song to introduce
Mm,
someone because they're such good vocalists as well.
they
So like,
are.
but I was gonna say Love Scenario by Icon. I feel like that's a really good song to introduce someone to K-pop. Like, I feel like if someone who doesn't know K-pop is in my car, like they'll bop their head to Love Scenario. Girl group, though. I wasn't really thinking about any girl groups. Maybe Psycho by Red Velvet. That's a good one.
I like that.
Yeah. I really liked Crooked by G Dragon.
Hmm.
If I was gonna do a soloist.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I also think that Russian Roulette by Red Velvet is like a pretty good example of like a girl group K-pop song because it's
Yes.
super catchy and like seemingly very happy, but when you watch the music video, it's like, oh, this is actually really complex.
Yes. Yeah, that
And
actually.
it's,
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say like when I think of like K-pop, when I was first getting into it, I watched that music video and I was like, whoa, this like it seems it's actually there's a lot of layers to the song. It's seemingly like a very happy, upbeat song, but if you actually read the translated lyrics and like watch the music video, it's like, oh wait, there's more to this than just the facade of like how it sounds. And I guess that's like a good example of K-pop because sometimes people take it as like very surface level, but just like with any Western artist, there's always going to be like complexity. And Red Velvet is very good at that. They're very good at like masking their moodiness with like fun, upbeat, happy songs, except for Psycho. Psycho is just like a different level. Psycho, if you watch that, because it just sounds haunting. Like, and the whole song is like haunting, but
I agree with that. I think a good example of that is probably Obliviate by IU. It's from her Modern Times album. It sounds so happy and upbeat, but it's really about, I think it's almost like the Harry Potter spell, Obliviate, where you like erase your memories of someone. So like the meaning actually behind the song is a lot darker, and the vocals, the instruments. And then
yeah.
also music video wise, where it's like an upbeat song, but the music video is just like, oh no, what's happening here is Why So Lonely by Wonder Girls. I don't know if you okay, you know which I'm talking about.
Mhm.
You gotta listen to that one, Kira.
So our last question today is, do you have a favorite K-pop related meme? I feel like everyone says this one, but I really like it when Eric Nam is with Amber from FX and her dog comes in and she speaks to it in Chinese and she's like, go home, go home. And then Eric's like, your dog speaks Chinese?
That's a fair reaction. You forget that like other people have animals and they speak to them in different languages. So yeah, technically, yes.
I don't know why
That's
that's so
hilarious.
funny.
I always think about Jackson Wang being shocked at JYP and Hwasa at Mama.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
iconic.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yeah,
a good
just
one.
his face.
This one's really basic, but I don't know, it just stuck with me since I watched the interview for it, where it's a BTS interview and they ask like what their favorite American drinks are or something, and J-Hope Hobie is like, and Sprite. And he just like says it in such a funny way, like, and they were like just so happy in that interview. And like, I don't know, it just really, and people still bring it up to him. Like when I saw J-Hope a couple months ago when he was at Barclay Center, and people had signs that were like Sprite related. And it's just funny. But I feel like all of mine are like just older, yeah, like older ones. I don't really keep up with like the new ones.
I really like the BTS one where the interview where they ask, "Oh, what's your favorite f American food that you can't get in Korea?" And like they all say something that like they could definitely get in Korea.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that one's very
Panda
funny.
Express, we
And
have that in Korea.
and like every one of those interviews, RM is just like, what am I doing here with my life?
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Be sure to visit our website, theoceancountylibrary.org/teens/fannation for a listing of all events happening this year. Many of the groups, singers, or titles mentioned on today's episode can be accessed for free with your library card. Until next time, have a fantastic day.